I am getting nervous now.
Go turn back now, buddy.
You all right?
I'm getting stung a lot. All right, gotta get them off.
Go ahead and just jump. No hard, just knock them off.
Okay. They're all on my face.
From high in the sky, the Sonoran Desert looks like an endless expanse of rocky terrain that is speckled with cacti. And hidden amongst this unforgiving environment exists a world of animals, many of which can be difficult to spot. However, today is going to be a little different, as instead of looking for the animals, they are literally going to be placed right in front of us, or in my case, directly on my skin.
That's a lot of bees.
With the goal to prove that honeybees are not just out to sting you, or so I thought. The crew and I headed out to Life's Sweet Honey Farms, where I will be working alongside bee specialist Chris Britton. Chris and his team specialize in safely removing bee swarms from residential areas, honey farming, and per my special request, bee beards.
That's the craziest thing you've done this morning, Coyote?
Sure is, other than shaving off my fur beard.
Ah yes, the beard. I'm sure you were wondering, Coyote, what in the world happened to your fur beard? Well, the answer to that question is that I shaved it off to make room for the nearly 3,000 European honeybees that will soon be swarming all over my face. Get ready for the newest trend in facial hair fashion, the bee beard. The following scene was filmed on private property and under the supervision of bee specialists. A single sting has the potential to be fatal. Never approach a beehive in the wild.
Okay, well, we're gonna start the preparation here. Chris is actually going to apply Vaseline, you said, to my nose and my ears and near my eyes so that the bees don't go into these holes in my face, right?
Well, you're gonna either look homeless with a beard or we're gonna look like a nice manicured beard. So this is a pseudo queen. This is basically a queen pheromone lure. So this is what's gonna push those bees to actually gather somewhere because they're actually looking for that queen pheromone. They've been separated for a while. So this is what's gonna actually hold them on your face. Okay, so we're gonna put this underneath your chin.
So this is gonna be the attractant.
This is the attractant.
All right, guys, well, I think we have reached the final moment here. It's either back out or get covered by bees, and I don't think there's any backing out at this point. I have the pheromone attached to my chin, got GoPro here, GoPro on my shoulder, both of your cameras going. Now wait, before we go through with this, how do I get the bees off? What if something goes wrong? What do I do?
Good luck, man. I'm just gonna drive away. I got nothing's gonna go wrong.
Okay.
When it comes down to the bees, if they get to the point where they are stinging excessively,
yeah,
you can just shake off real quick.
Put these in your pocket.
Oh, epinephrine pens, just in case this really goes wrong. I am getting nervous now. Now I'm getting nervous. I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to take on the Bee Beard Challenge. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's do this.
Go turn back now, buddy. Come on, girls, up you go.
How you feeling now, Coyote?
That's a lot of bees. It's tough to talk.
There's a bee right on your nose.
I feel it.
That's a lot of bees. Are you feeling nervous?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been stung yet?
No stings yet.
That's good. That means you're remaining calm.
My leg is shaking. Ow! Stuck in the lip.
Right in the lip.
Mmm.
It's stuck on you.
Mmm. Mmm.
You all right?
Mm-hmm.
Be brave.
My neck has got some.
I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
I just got some.
Maybe.
Right in my hand.
I didn't realize we were getting swarmed by bees this morning.
There are a lot of bees on me?
We'll get more.
Mmm. Mmm.
got it. You got
Getting
this.
stung a lot. I've gotten stung about 6 times. Ah, my neck is getting stung again.
This is what we start with right here. We just get most of the bees to start on him. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna emit a pheromone. And it's a location pheromone. And those bees are just gonna start basically migrating. So now I can actually just basically hold this right here. And they're gonna all start marching up.
Are all the bees out?
No.
Dude, my lip is swelling up.
You're right. You definitely have a full neck of bees.
I can feel them all.
Are you still getting stung?
No, not right now.
So what is Coyote Peterson?
Ah, it's starting to lip again!
Oh no!
Oh, same spot. Really starting to hurt.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Coyote, you are just covered in bees, man.
It's actually turning out pretty well.
Look!
Every time you talk.
Alright, I think I need to get them off.
Are you okay or you want them off?
That's a lot of pain.
Oh, but you've almost got it. You're so close.
Forehead.
You're gonna do this. You got it. You got it. Power through. You've got this. You already got stung. You're good.
My eyes, my eye.
Yeah.
I'm getting stung a lot. Alright, gotta get them off.
Go ahead and just jump real hard and just knock them off.
Whoa!
They're all on my face. My eyes!
You alright?
Smoke me, I'm getting so hot.
Shot quite a bit.
Still on my hand.
Oh yeah, you just stung me big time.
You got stung a butt, bud.
Can I walk away?
Just go ahead and walk away.
Here, right. This way. Here.
Oh man, my face hurts.
Oh man, you should see the sting you have in your neck.
Oh my gosh.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Is your tongue swelling up? The tongue is the indicator. We need to know.
No, not yet, but my face is on fire.
Oh man. Okay. Here, I think we're good now. There's only a couple bees, and they're just following the pheromone on your face. Hold on, you still have. Oh, you got stingers all in your ears. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can get them out. There's mine.
Dude, I got stung like so many times. All of a sudden, like all at once, it started stinging my face.
Dude, they're
my
like
ears.
Oh, let me get the stinger out of here.
Okay, bud?
Yeah. Sorry, I just was getting a lot of stings.
No, that's fine, buddy. You got them through your shirt and everything. For some odd reason, all of the sudden, they started just absolutely going to town on you. You can see, look at that right there. That actually literally...
It like drew blood.
Yeah, it like got blood to the surface. You just got stung like 40 times in the face by honeybees.
40. I don't think that was supposed to happen, Chris.
I don't know why. I wasn't getting all blasted up. I mean,
Chris, what happens?
I got stung like once or twice, but he was literally just getting beat up.
Oh my gosh, dude, my face is in so much pain right now.
You're right. How's the tongue?
Really painful. My tongue is not swollen, but my lips, I can't feel my lips. Ow!
Where's Mario at?
He's over there filming.
Hey, tell him to come over here.
Hey, Mario!
Mario!
It's probably covered up by bee sounds still.
Come over here.
Was it worth it?
Oh man, I can see my lip in the lens.
You don't want to look at yourself right now. You don't want to look in a mirror right now.
Ugh. Well, I guess I better give you some sort of an outro where I can't talk because I find that my lips are not working properly at the moment.
All right, shh. All right, I'm gonna try to be calm. All right,
I'm gonna be calm. I think, based on the look on my face, the bee beard is not the new fashion trend. I lasted for about a minute and a half with my face covered in around 3,000 bees. And once they started stinging my lips, it got really painful. They're swarmed around my eyes. I was getting stung on my hands, on my arms, on my forehead, on my ears, but it was definitely the lips. As you can see from how swollen they are right now, they were the worst. I'd definitely say that the bee beard was an experience worth experiencing. So far, I haven't had any major adverse allergic reactions other than just this localized swelling on my hands and on my face.
You can hardly tell.
And yeah, this looks okay.
You can hardly tell.
I can tell you guys are having a real hard time not laughing while we're trying to get this outro, but we counted around 24 stings on my body at this point. My lips are swelling up, my eyes swelling up. As you see, the drool's coming out of my mouth. But I'm Coyote Peterson, and that was a bee beard. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. Oh, that's painful.
When it was all said and done, we counted a total of 32 stings that spanned my face, lips, ears, neck, and arms. The neurotoxin of the European honeybee is very specialized and is notorious for causing extreme localized swelling. For me, this began immediately, and despite the disfigured, lumpy, baked potato look of my face, I actually handled the venom very positively, and within 48 hours, was completely back to normal.
Now the guys have their bee suits on and they're gonna put the bees back into their hives. And so far about 30 minutes has gone by, no anaphylactic shock, so I should be just fine, other than the fact that my face looks like the face of the Elephant Man. And I can see in the reflection of your glasses, it is not pretty. It is not pretty.
If you were wondering how this compared to the single sting from a bullet ant,
Ah!
I can honestly say it was worse. As compared to the warrior wasp, well, I guess we will just have to wait and see. Killer bees. It's a term that swarmed the United States in the early 90s, blanketing the nation with a fear that being covered and stung to death by Africanized honeybees was a possible and very painful doom. And while people do die from bee stings every year due to rare allergic reactions, the term killer bee is nothing more than an overly hyped media headline.
Early morning, the deserts of Arizona. Today we are out in a bee yard getting ready to check some hives to determine if they have been reprogrammed from angry Africanized killer bees and into a more docile stock.
You would never want to approach a colony of bees in the wild. So today, I will be working alongside my good friend, honeybee farmer and conservationist, Chris Brinton. This guy knows bees. Chris has dedicated his life to honeybee conservation by safely capturing aggressive Africanized colonies and genetically reprogramming them into calm European colonies. The easiest way to explain it is that he removes the angry Africanized queen from the hive and replaces her with a friendly European queen. Eventually, the friendly queen's genetics are passed on. The colony becomes docile and ultimately safer for a honey farmer to work with. This process takes time, but it's incredibly effective. Today, Chris has tasked me with analyzing the aggression level of an Africanized bee colony that was recently discovered in a residential neighborhood. Instead of exterminating the colony, Chris moved it to one of his controlled bee yards and swapped the queens so the genetic reprogramming process could begin. Has the genetic reprogramming process worked? We're about to find out.
Now this bee box here is unique in that this was an Africanized colony that's been brought into the bee yard, and what Chris has done is replace the queen. Remember, at one point, this was considered Africanized killer bees, which are incredibly aggressive if provoked. All right, here we go. So the first thing is to gently pry open the lid, and that is to crack the seal between the wax and the frames. Whoa, that's a lot of bees right there. So far, so good. They seem to be pretty calm. I want to create myself a little bit of space by separating out this first frame from the others. Then, as Chris had instructed me, I want to get down to about the 6th frame. That's right in the center of the colony. All right, coming straight up. wow, look at that. That is a very heavy frame of comb and bees. And as you can see, we're starting to get pretty swarmy here. I'm gonna set this frame off to the side.
Before we get any further, it's important that we understand what a killer bee is. Technically, they are swarms of European bees who interbred with invasive East African lowland bees. This breeding created aggressive swarms of what are now known as Africanized bees. Visually, there's very little difference between these bee types. The danger is that Africanized bees are far more aggressive and react faster to perceived threats. The sting of a killer or Africanized bee isn't more potent than that of a European bee. But because they attack in greater numbers, this equates to more stings and the chance of death. Hence the nickname, Killer Bee.
Really careful here. Don't want to squish anybody. Middle frame is coming up. Ow! Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa! Ow! Stung, 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 stung. Ow! Oh boy, my glove has gotten peeled back. Okay, that's one of the dangerous elements of beekeeping is you always got to be careful of the bees getting up in underneath the gloves and your suit. Yowzers! Yep, gotta love honeybee stings. Okay, wow! Honeybee stings, more potent than you would think. Okay, let me bring out this frame. All right, here we go, middle frame coming up. Woo, look at that. That is a lot of bees right there. Let me check one more frame back. All right, next frame coming up. That is a lot of healthy looking bees right there. At this point, we are pretty much stuck right in a swarm of bees. Now, if I were to gauge the level of aggression that is happening right here, I'd say it's somewhere right in between. Not necessarily as aggressive as you would imagine a swarm of killer bees to be, which tells me that this queen is doing her job. She is successfully reprogramming a lot of this colony into being more docile. Now, I was stung once in the process, but really that was sort of my own fault. My bee suit came peeled back from my gloves and I was inadvertently stung, but I'm not getting attacked to the point where the bees are latching onto me and inflicting a bunch of stings. So that is actually a really, really good thing. That means that this colony is on its way to being genetically reprogrammed and will ultimately be a more friendly, docile stock of bees for producing honey. All right, I would say the colony looks healthy, so now it's a matter of getting the frames back into place and closing up the box. It's definitely intimidating to be surrounded by this many bees, that's without question. But when you think about it, beekeepers are doing this every single day to help with the production of honey. And you're gonna get stung every once in a while, it's inevitable. Okay, so now that we've got the frames back in place, I wanna make sure that they are balanced and even. I wanna gently move the bees away from the edge of the box. Make sure they're all kind of tucked back down in there. Don't want anybody to get squished. And last but not least, we put the lid back on. And you want to do it at a little bit of an angle so that you can kind of push any last bees out of the way really gently, and voila, there we go. It's important to remember that all bees are going to defend their colony. Out in the wild, if there were to be a bear that comes into the environment and tries to break into a hive to get honey, the bees sting as a natural defense to ward off anything that's either after their queen or after their production of honey. So it's not abnormal for the bees to be swarming around me. The good sign is that the bees are not aggressively attacking. And that's a day in the life of a beekeeper. Now, it's time to treat that sting.
During the summer months, stings most commonly occur when humans accidentally step on a honeybee that is pollinating a flowering plant. Now, before we get to treating the sting, here are a few things you should know. first is that only female bees can sting. Now, it's obvious the stinger is very sharp, but did you know that unlike wasps and hornets, honeybee stingers are barbed, and as a result, they become lodged in their victim's skin, which can allow for a larger dose of venom. The venom itself is made up of mostly water and the following proteins. Simply put, it's a chemical cocktail that causes pain, swelling, itching, and an extreme level of discomfort that can be thought of as nature's way to teach you a lesson that you will never forget.
So now it's time to show you how to properly treat a bee sting. The first thing you want to do is be brave and stay calm. Pay attention to how your body is reacting. If you notice that the swelling is getting really extreme really quickly, or you start having trouble breathing, it feels like your throat is swelling up, that means you're having an allergic reaction. So you want to seek medical attention as quickly as possible. In most instances, it's just going to be a little localized pain and swelling, exactly like what I'm going through right now. Now, in my arm, we still have a stinger lodged into the skin. And the best way to remove a bee stinger is to simply slide it out with the edge of your fingernail. Wow, that was really in there. And there you have it, right on the tip of my finger there. I don't know if you can see that. That is a pretty long, sharp, needle-like stinger. Now, if you are at home and you have access to soap and water, it's always best to wash off the sting site thoroughly before you go forward with any further medical treatment. Now, one thing that I always have in my first aid kit is Sting Kill, one of my absolute favorite products. And Sting Kill comes in a number of different forms, including Sting Kill wipes. These are fantastic. And then, of course, the neon green Sting Kill vials. These are my favorites. Now, what I'm going to use first is one of the wipes. You can see this is just a little bit of gauze soaked in the Sting Kill formula, which contains benzocaine and menthol, and you want to just gently wipe it over the site. Oh, that is soothing. Now, the coolness immediately alleviates the sting, and it also just puts a little bit of comfort in your mind to say, okay, there goes that sting. Now it's not nearly as painful. And you can see that my arm is quite swollen all in this area. The skin is taut, and that's perfect. Now, if your sting is still bugging you, you can go all the way to the vial. Now, it's in a little plastic capsule, and all you need to do is peel that out of its packaging. Now, the actual serum itself is encased in glass and plastic. And what you want to do is squeeze the plastic to crack the glass and then just shake it up. And eventually that's going to work itself down into the gauze pad, just like that. And you want to apply it directly to the sting zone. Oh yeah, that is instant cooling relief. Now you want to sit back, relax in a nice, calm, cool environment, maybe even have a popsicle, watch your favorite TV show, or maybe some Brave Wilderness episodes on YouTube, and pay attention to the swelling. Pay attention to your personal symptoms, and if you feel like the reaction is getting worse, I do recommend seeking medical attention. But for the most part, a honeybee sting is going to be nothing more than a painful situation that's going to last for a short amount of time. Then you can say to yourself, hey, just like Coyote, I have entered the sting zone. You're going to have a great story to tell. Well, I'd say that today was incredibly educational. We got to take a look at a killer bee swarm that is being genetically reprogrammed and is becoming a more docile colony for the production of honey. And you learn what to do if you get stung this summer by a honeybee. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.
The threat of being swarmed and stung to death by killer bees is not something you need to worry about this summer. And if it makes you feel even better, to date, Chris has captured thousands of aggressive killer bee swarms. And once introduced to a docile European queen, every single colony has been successfully reprogrammed. It's important to remember that honeybees are not out to get you. They simply want to be left alone to do their job pollinating our planet, which ultimately helps in the production of many foods we eat. Yet accidental stings do happen. So if you find yourself facing the uncomfortably potent venom of a honeybee, just remember,
Be brave and stay calm, because the first aid is quick and simple. When it comes to killing the sting, nothing beats sting kill.
Today we are headed out into the suburban wilds of Westerville, Ohio, to search for any species of paper wasp, which can be carefully caught and ultimately used to give me a good series of stings. Welcome to another day in the office for Coyote Peterson.
Coyote, are we doing what I think we're doing today?
Oh yes, today is Yellow Jacket Day. Now you guys may remember a little episode called the Bullet Ant Challenge, where I was stung by a bullet ant, and then a subsequent video called Bullet Ant Kryptonite, where I used a product called Sting Kill to help alleviate the pain and the itching. Sting Kill absolutely loved that video, and then they came to us and said, we'd love to work with you guys and do a sponsor video, but let's get you stung by something a little more commonplace. You know, not many people are running into bullet ants. So they said, what if you get stung by yellow jackets? Now we all know that yellow jackets can be found at your local park, maybe you see them in your backyard, sometimes they even get into the house. We know they're angry, we know they're aggressive, and people are often stung every single summer. So what we're gonna do today is actually build a bug vacuum.
A bug what?
A bug vacuum. Bear with me here for a second. So you see this? I found this online, right?
Looks pretty cool.
Right, the Extreme Bug Vac. But unfortunately, I have one opened up here. This is supposed to have a lot of suction. Mark, put your hand out.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Pretty sure that's not gonna catch us any hornets, but what I love about this is the plastic capsule. Check that out. It's got this little revolving door, and you are supposed to be able to suck a bug in there, close it up, look at it through the magnifying glass, and then of course it's got a little screen so that the insect can breathe. What I wanna do is actually take this capsule from the bug vacuum and MacGyver something with a real vacuum. Check out that suction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Suction power there.
Oh yeah. That's gonna catch a hornet. Now what I need to do is reconstruct this where I'm gonna actually cut the hose and duct tape the capsule in between. Then I'll be able to use this end with the nozzle, which has great suction power. And then I think we're gonna be ready to go out and start searching for some yellow jackets. Oh, I almost forgot. I am gonna mount the GoPro on it as well.
So where are we today? We're in Ohio, right?
We are in Ohio. We're actually right in my backyard here in Westerville, Ohio. And I actually put in a phone call and email to a number of my different friends in the area. And I said, go out this morning and look around near the eaves of your house, you know, like where the gutter attaches to the roof, and let me know if you see any wasp nests, hornet nests, yellow jacket nests, anything that looks like a stinging insect, let me know and we may come and investigate it. So we're gonna kind of go on a little bit of a field trip today, guys, until we can find ourselves some good stinging bugs.
Are we testing it out?
Yep.
Yep. I think it's gonna work.
Last step. Now, it's like a proton pack. Oh yeah, this thing is awesome. All right, well, if you guys are ready, let's go try to catch some yellow jackets.
Do it.
Woo! All right, well, we might as well check the park that we started at. Great structures here for us to investigate. You see all these eaves and overhangs, perfect place for paper wasps.
Now, why do paper wasps like these underhangs here?
Well, because it's a great spot to build a nest that's out of the realm of predators and the rain.
There are 8 known species of wasps that call Ohio home, and many of them can be encountered right in your own backyard. However, unless they are intentionally or accidentally provoked, your odds of being stung are actually very slim.
Come on, Mario.
Well, it's a fun day at the park.
Yep, on the weekend. Should have brought a soccer ball.
Did you see something fly out? I did. I think it was a honeybee though. Now, honeybees you oftentimes see on clover. Let me see. There's one right there. Look, 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 look. That's a honeybee.
European honeybee.
Yeah. Now that is not what we're after. Honeybees actually have fur all over their bodies, whereas yellow jackets are completely bald. Bees also have barbs on their stingers, so when you get stung by a bee, its stinger gets removed. If you get stung by a yellow jacket, no barbs, so it can sting you over and over and over. If I was looking for honeybees, we'd be in the right spot. But unfortunately, yellow jackets do not pollinate clover. All right, let's keep looking.
So why are we looking at the ground now? I thought we were looking up.
That's a good question, actually. Oh, that could be perfect. I see some ants in there. A lot of times yellow jackets will actually build their nests underground. So if you see something that looks like a mole hole, just respect it from a safe distance because it's possible that yellow jackets have built a nest in there. A cavity in a tree like this is also fair game, but there's nothing in this tree. Not sure we're gonna find anything at this park, guys. Might be time to take a road trip. See where else we can look for yellow jackets. You ready?
The bug suckers are hitting the road.
Oh yeah! Woo-hoo! Well, it is 12:43, which means it's officially lunchtime, and we have a new plan. Now, searching for the yellow jackets ourselves is not exactly panning out very well. We found some nests that were vacant, we found some honeybees, and some bumblebees, but we haven't found the infamous yellow jacket. But what we're gonna do, bear with me here for a second, is actually have a picnic. Because oftentimes, if you think about it, yellow jackets show up when you're at a picnic. So I'm thinking if we get some soda pops and some ice cream, we hang out in the sun, maybe these stinging insects will come to us and we will then be able to use the Bug Sucker 5000 to just sit there and go and suck them up. Look at this. I'm gonna go look in the garbage can right now and see if there are any hornets. Guys, we are really looking hard for these hornets, but you know what? They empty their trash a lot. Check this out. It's like nothing in there. Can't exactly find hornets if there isn't a bunch of sticky stuff around. And what Mario did was he put, look at that, ice cream in the grass on top of a lid. Maybe that will bring in the hornets, and the yellow jackets, and the wasps. I don't know. Guess we'll see what happens.
Pretty good, huh, Mario? I'm enjoying mine.
It's a beautiful day for a picnic.
I'll see you then. All right, bye.
No yellow jackets,
Guys.
though. What's up?
We might be in business. I just got off the phone with my friend Jasper. Now I know at the beginning of the video I kind of made a joke and said, hey, I sent an email, a text to my friends that live in the area and I told them to go outside and check around their houses to see if any yellow jackets were hanging out. Sure enough, my friend Jasper went out and he said right on his back patio, there's a little nest and there are 3 yellow jackets. And I said, you sure? He said, well, they're yellow and they're black and they look like they want to sting. So, I think we may actually be able to put the Bug Sucker 5000 to the test. You guys ready?
Let's do it. And can we bring our treats with us?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Let's catch some yellow jackets. All right, guys. Well, we are at Jasper's house. Now, he is asked to not be on camera because he's not used to being on YouTube. So you won't get to meet him today, but he has given us permission to go out on his porch and scout for these yellow jackets. If they're there, we're gonna use the Bug Sucker 5000 to catch them and then go to a controlled environment so that we can get me stung. You guys ready?
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Gear up, you guys grab your other cameras and we'll be ready to go.
You look happy.
See that corner right there?
Uh-huh.
That is a small nest and there are 2 yellow jackets. Now Jasper has provided us with a step stool. He was thinking ahead. So I'm gonna use the step stool and get up close with the Bug Sucker 5000. You guys ready? We're gonna have to do this quick because I already see that they're on the alert with their wings kind of propped out, ready to swoop down and sting us. So we really just have one shot at this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I love my Ghostbuster pack, but to really make this work, I do have to take the Bug Sucker 5000 out.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
Let's put it this way, it's either gonna work or we're all gonna get stung.
Yes. Did it work?
Got one of them in there.
Oh, there's still one on the nest.
Get to that, get to that, get to that. Oh, it's fine. Hold on. Hold on, let's go back towards the nest. Wait, don't move.
Get it?
Yes!
Shut the door, shut the door. It totally worked.
Look at that! Totally caught the yellow jackets. Both of them, just like that. Woo! The bug sucker 5000 pays off. Can you guys believe that? Holy mackerel, we caught him. Wow. It was crazy. The one was actually climbed onto this thing and I was like, uh-oh, we're gonna get stuck. I was like, get the net, get the net. But then it went back up to the nest and sure enough, got it inside of the capsule.
So all right, Coyote, now we have to go to where we're gonna get you stung, not at Jasper's house.
Yeah, now we're gonna go to a controlled situation and we're gonna get these yellow jackets out of the little capsule and get me stung. But what I'm gonna do for transport is not take this hose apart now. I'm actually just gonna place it inside of the bug net just in case they get out. And just like that, we're ready to go.
Nice.
Awesome, high fives, guys. That's so
totally
cool
worked.
that worked.
That totally worked.
Boom. All right, guys, and we're back. Now, we do have the yellow jackets on hand, but first let's talk about the kit that I have here on the table. Now, as always, with these sting episodes, I have my trusty entomology forceps here. I'll be using this to actually hold one of the yellow jackets against my arm to induce a sting. And just in case something goes horribly wrong, as always, the epinephrine pen.
Now, do you think you're in the clear at this point? You've been stung a bunch.
I have, and you never know. Every single insect sting is unique and you never know how your body will react. Even a yellow jacket can force you into anaphylactic shock. So always have this just as a safety precaution. And of course, the star of today's episode, Sting Kill, who proudly is sponsoring this episode. And what we're gonna do after I'm stung is try out both of these products on the sting to make sure that it can relieve not only the pain, but also the itching that's gonna come after the fact. You guys ready to see the yellow jackets?
Bring him out.
All right, well, they did transport safely inside of the net and still inside of the little capsule.
Pretty happy they didn't escape in the car.
Yeah, that would have been a bad situation, wouldn't it? All of us in the car and then yellow jackets flying around. And sure enough, there they are inside of the capsule. Now what I need to do is actually remove the hose from the capsule so that we just have this individualized, and then I can carefully get one of those yellow jackets out of there. Now here's a really interesting little fact to remember. All hornets are technically wasps, but not all wasps are hornets. How about that? And anything that is black and yellow is technically considered a yellow jacket.
So what do we have? What do we find?
This, I believe, is what's called a European paper wasp, but because it's yellow and black, we're just generically calling it a yellow jacket.
And this what we find at picnics? Is this what's swarming us when we're trying to like eat our ice cream?
No, that is usually a hornet. Now, hornet has a much stockier looking body, a thicker abdomen, and a narrower thorax, but these ones look just like wasps. You see the very pointy wings. If you can kind of see there, you see where the thorax leads into the abdomen right there? It's very narrow and indicative of being an actual wasp. But I think at this juncture, what we're ready to do is bring the bug net back into this, place the capsule inside, and work on getting one of these yellow jackets out of the container. You ready for that?
So what's the process here? You're gonna let them go inside the net and then grab them with the forceps?
Yeah, here's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna place the capsule down inside of the net like this, keep it contained. I'm going to open the capsule, hopefully only let one of them out, close it back up, remove the capsule, and then go in there with the entomology forceps to pick it up, bring it out, and place it on my forearm. I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the yellow jacket. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ow!
Get you good there?
Got me there, yeah. Ow! Ah! Ah!
Get you good?
Yeah, got me twice. Ah! There we go. Ah! Ah!
That's the worst one?
Yeah, that was the worst one so far.
Are you good?
Ah! 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 I got the stinger like all the way inserted into my arm. Ooh, my arm's starting a little bit. Hold on, let's do this. Let me get back into the capsule.
Delayed effect.
Yeah, there you have it. You see all those welts? I took several stings all right in that area. And look at this. There's a lot of red coloration developing right near the veins. That is really interesting looking. And it burns, and it's really warm right now. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot to the touch, right?
Yeah, you can definitely feel the swelling.
Yeah. Now, it was not nearly as painful as any of the other stings I've gone through. I was actually able to keep the yellow jacket on my arm as it was inflicting stings. It did get me one time pretty good right at the end there, and I had to let it go. Of course, we got it safely back into the capsule. As you can see there they both are. They'll be released here shortly, but what we want to do now is actually use the Sting Kill products to see if it will alleviate some of the burning in my arm, and of course, the itching that is almost certain to come if I don't use the Sting Kill ointment. You guys ready for that?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Well, which one do we want? Do we want the capsules or do you want the... How about we take both? Let's
We're
talk about
going to
both.
give a shot at both. So this is the Sting Kill wipe, right? Oftentimes used for anything from a bee sting or a wasp sting, even a mosquito bite, even a jellyfish. If you guys are on the beach and you're swimming and you run into a jellyfish, this is perfect for that, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. I'll tell you what, I keep myself pretty well composed in a lot of this, but now that the pain's actually starting to set in my arm, I get a little bit lightheaded. So the Sting Kill wipes have a maximum strength mix of benzocaine and menthol, and I actually really like these. They're neon green, looks like Ninja Turtle mutagen. Check that out. And woo, that is a strong smell right there. All right, I'm gonna put that on the sting. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Oh, wow, it's cold. The menthol definitely cools it immediately. Yes. Wow, that really does have a pretty incredible cooling effect. Now, similar to the bullet ant, I mean, it was in a lot of pain after that, and it did help. But of course, the bullet ant pain eventually did come back and lasted for nearly 36 hours. I'm hoping that this relieves much quicker. Now, I do love the wipes, right? And I carry the wipes in my pack, but this right here, the Sting Kill capsules.
Those, I like those.
Yeah, these are my absolute favorite. It's like, okay, let me open one up here. Now, they are individually wrapped. See this? Very cool. And all you have to do is pop the back end out like that. And inside here is a little glass capsule within the plastic, right? So all you have to do, this is my favorite part, ready?
Oh.
Shatter the glass on the inside that has this little cotton swab.
It's strangely satisfying.
I know, and it's like, oh, here comes the ooze. Yes. Ah. Oh, that is my favorite. And that real thick serum right there is literally instantaneous relief. I personally love to just do this, dab it right on the sting zone. And as you can see, there's more liquid here than you get in the wipe. So if you have a really bad sting or you're stung multiple times, I definitely recommend going to the Sting Kill capsules. Because as you can see, look how much of the ointment is actually coming out there.
Okay, so once again, Sting Kill saves the day.
Yes, Sting Kill has saved the day. My arm feels a lot better. In fact, there's also a little bit of a numbing agent here, so I can't feel any of the pain at this point. Whew, arm is a little bit stiff, but hopefully this formula will also reduce any potential itching that's gonna come down the road here. Now I know you're thinking to yourselves, Coyote, those were simply yellow jackets, and you've been stung by tarantula hawks and bullet ants, and hopefully soon the warrior wasp. But keep in mind, guys, that the yellow jacket is something that is right in your backyard. It's something you can easily come across, and something that you definitely have the potential of being stung by. Now, if you are unfortunately stung, remember, Sting Kill is definitely gonna help you out when it comes to alleviating that pain and any potential itching. All right, guys, well, I think it's time to release the yellow jackets back into the wild, but before we do, I just wanna give an extra special thanks to Sting Kill for supporting this episode, and of course for keeping us kitted up with sting ointment when we're out there in the field. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.
It is not often that an animal like YellowJacket is safely relocated from an urban setting to a wild one, as most human encounters usually end with the insect being sprayed and killed. I know this sounds strange, but it truly made my heart happy to know that this beautiful pair of wasps will now have the chance to continue building their nest in the wild. No matter what, always admire these insects from a safe distance.
Hi, I'm Coyote Peterson, and welcome to another episode of Backyard Bites and Stings. Today's educational dose of entertainment is proudly brought to you by our sponsor, Sting Kill. And today, we're going to compare the sting of a paper wasp versus a hornet. Now it's important to note that both of these insects are capable of stinging multiple times. Youch! And they're always going to show up at your backyard picnic or barbecue to crash the party. Now they're after the exact same things that we love. Sweet summer treats like ketchup, barbecue sauce, soda pop, and even sweet tea. If it's brightly colored like a flower, smells sweet and delicious, it's almost guaranteed that they're going to crash your good time. On your right is a paper wasp. A single sting is definitely gonna hurt, but if you run into an entire nest of them, ooh-wee, forget about it. It's gonna be a really bad day. On your left is a bald-faced hornet. Now, this is one of the larger, more robust species that can be found here in the United States. I've never been stung by this insect before, and I'm told that the venom is pretty potent. Now, this experiment is going to be a little unique because I don't oftentimes take 2 stings in one sitting. Now, what I've done is creatively shaved all the hair off of my forearm so that we can better see the sting. I've also drawn 2 big target squares, one for the hornet and one for the wasp. And what we're gonna do is compare Sting Kill's 2 most popular products, the Sting Kill wipes and the Sting Kill neon green serum. Now, I know exactly what it is that you guys want to see. Before we dive into the stings and all of the grandiose entertainment, I have to note, this is not something you ever want to try. Allergic reactions can happen with both wasp and hornet stings, which is why we have an epinephrine pen on site. All right, first up, we're going to take a sting from the wasp. So I'm gonna slide the hornet out of the way, and we're gonna go through the typical process. You guys know how this works. I'm going to take the entomology net, I'm going to put the capsule inside of the net, I'm gonna let the bug out of the capsule, I'm gonna get it in the forceps, and then we're gonna place it right onto my forearm and see what it feels like to be stung. I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the paper wasp. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Woo, okay, took 1 sting. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a couple stings while I'm at it. There you go, you can see the stinger going in there. That's 2. Let's get a full-on dose here. Ooh, yeah, wow, there's a bit of fire going on right there. Okay, I'm gonna get the insect back into the capsule. Thanks, buddy, appreciate it. Okay, now it's important to note that these insects can't just continue producing venom after venom after venom in an immediate sting. You're gonna get the biggest dose of venom right from the initial impact, and you can see that red mark. You know, I didn't get it right in the middle of the square W, but I'm gonna let it sit in for a couple seconds. Yowzers, yeah, it burns. Ooh, and it has like a secondary wave that's now beginning to set in. Now, a single sting, like I said, is never gonna be that bad. But if you disturb a nest of paper wasps and a bunch of them get you, especially in an area like your face and on your neck, this is going to have a massive effect on your body. At this point, I'm rushing into the house, getting into the medicine cabinet, reaching in for my Sting Kill wipes. This is for external use only, 1-use individual packet, and it has benzocaine and a little bit of menthol. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's cold right to the touch. Oh yes, that is fantastic. Instant cooling sensation. Now remember, the venom from a paper wasp is not overly potent, and they use this sting as a defense to ward off any invading predators. So if you bump into a paper wasp nest this summer, whether it's underneath the eaves of your house, stored underneath your grill, or it's just a wasp showing up to share some of your sweet tea, don't swat at it, don't try to bat it away with a broom, leave it alone, and you will be completely safe. Okay, paper wasp. Couple stings and we're done. Now it's time to move on to the bald-faced hornet. Oh, that is an intimidating little insect right there. I'm not gonna joke with you guys. Having never been stung by this insect before, I question just how bad this sting is really going to be. Now on Justin Schmidt's Insect Sting Pain Index, this only ranks at around a 2. But remember, everybody's body reacts differently to venom, and everybody's perception of pain can be slightly different based on the venom yield that they receive. With any luck, I'll get a full yield of venom right out of the gate. You guys know how this is about to go down. Let's get the bug out of the jar and onto my forearm. You guys might think that taking the stings is the hardest part. The hardest part is really getting the insect into the entomology forceps. You have to be so gentle so you don't damage their legs or their wings. You gotta get them right into the perfect position so you just squeeze right onto the thorax without causing any injury. I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the bald-faced hornet. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, that is actually really, really painful. Ah! Smack dab right in the center of the target. I'm gonna take one more for good measure. Ah! Okay, yeah, that's probably good enough. Ah! Wow, yeah, no, that is, oh wow, that is a lot worse than the paper wasp. Holy jeez, yeah, okay. Oh man, that one drew blood. Can you see that? I did take 3 stings from the paper wasps. So I'm gonna take 3 stings from the hornet. Why not? You guys will, come on, Coyote, one more. Oh, wow, oh my goodness, this one really, holy mackerel. Okay, one more, here we go. 3rd time's the charm. Ah, yeah, you can see the stinger going right into the skin there. You see that? Ah! Okay. Jeez, the stinger's stuck into my arm. Come on. Oh, okay. Yep, that's enough. Okay, back in your jar. Yikes. Ah. Okay, yeah. Oh, that one is a lot worse than the paper wasp. Jeez. Wow, bald-faced hornet done punched the bald-headed man right in the forearm. Okay, I'm gonna let this just sit in for a second. Wow, there is definitely a noticeable difference between the bald-faced hornet and the paper wasp. I mean, there is no comparison. That felt like somebody tickling your forearm as compared to the sting that you take from the bald-faced hornet. Now, keep in mind, that is a much more robust species. Wow, it is firing on all 12 cylinders right now. That is without question a full yield of bald-faced hornet venom. So 3 solid stings. There's the initial one. Second one drew blood, and strangely enough, I'm not seeing as much effect from the 3rd sting where the stinger actually got lodged into my forearm. But I think what I experienced with that 3rd sting is maybe not as much of a venom yield. I can promise you, that 1st sting felt like it was just injecting hot lava into my arm. Oh man, it's a sting that just keeps on giving. Goodness, all right. That's a kind of sting that makes your knee bounce, that's for sure. Man, look at the welt that's forming. Mari, you got a tight shot on that? Okay. All right, I'm gonna let it set in just a bit longer before we apply the sting kill. I really want that venom to soak in. Remember, you may not always have sting kill right there at your backyard barbecue. You may have to run inside, you may have to go underneath the sink, you may have to go up in the cupboard, but you wanna get this as quickly as you possibly can. Okay. Serum comes out. What's cool is that it's right in these little capsules, and all you need to do is tear one off. What's so much fun about these is it's glass inside of a little plastic capsule. And to get the serum to work and go into this little cotton swab up front, you squeeze it and it breaks open. And it's going to come down to the tip. Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there. Instant cooling sensation on the skin. And I'm just gonna go ahead and let that soak in. Wow, instantaneous. Literally, that spot on my arm has gone numb. It feels cool, and I went from agony to instant relief. Now there is some swelling that's beginning to form on the edge of my arm, but as far as the pain's concerned, it's pretty much gone at this point. Well, I'd say that today was both entertaining and educational. And when it comes to comparing the paper wasp to the bald-faced hornet sting, the hornet definitely packs a more painful punch. And if you find yourself in the worst-case scenario this summer at your backyard barbecue, rest assured that Sting Kill will save the day. Real medicine, real relief, real fast. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. Here's a question for you. Have you ever been swarmed by yellowjackets? Yellowjackets build their nests underneath the surface of the earth. And if you stumble upon them, especially in the fall, they will swarm out and sting you multiple times. The one difficult thing is, how do you ever know where a yellowjacket nest is going to be? You don't, until now. Let me show you this. You see that little pink flag and that stake going down into the ground? That is a massive yellowjacket nest. And today we're going to figure out 3 different things about these stinging insects. Number 1, can they sting through a bee suit? We're going to do this as a test to figure out whether or not just these little guys can get through a bee suit before I try this against giant hornets. Number 2, how far do you need to walk from a swarming yellowjacket nest before they'll stop following you? And number 3, are they still angry even after they've been taken away from their nest, put inside of a plastic box, and then your hand goes inside the box? I'm sure saying, wait, whoa, Coyote, did you just say a box filled with yellowjackets and your hand's going inside the box? Yeah, guys, that is exactly what we're getting ourselves into today. But first, we gotta test out the bee suit theory. Let's get dressed up, see what happens when we disturb an entire nest of yellowjackets. About a year back, we filmed an episode called The Bullet Ant Box, which essentially we have made an advanced version of today. Now we're gonna catch the yellowjackets. You see it's got this little slide trap door there. The way that we're gonna catch them is I'm gonna go in without disturbing the nest, place this right over the top, and once the nest is disturbed, dozens of them will fly up and into the box. Whoa, look at that. Wow, okay, yeah, we're definitely getting swarmed at this point, so I think that's enough for the box itself. Let me go ahead and close this up. Ah! Yeah, that's an entire box of yellowjackets. Okay, you can see the swarm is pretty intense at this point. Ow! God, just got stuck on my hand for sure. Look at the GoPro. The GoPro is completely swarmed. Yellowjacket chaos. We've got our box of yellowjackets. Now we are just a few yards away from the nest. Oh, ow! Oh, man, definitely getting through the suit. They're definitely getting through the suit. Okay. Ow! All right, come on, let's walk back slowly this direction. Moving slowly, you can see they are definitely still following. Are you getting stung?
I got 1 sting on the finger and it definitely is throbbing.
I got 2 stings on the legs so far. They're still swarming around the GoPro. All right, we are about 40 yards away from the nest at this point. Wow, they are still super angry. Oh, go get stung in the back. We're gonna go down this bridge up here. We're now about 150 yards away from the nest, and I do not see them swarming around us much anymore. Do you?
No.
Are they all around me?
No, I don't see any around you at all, actually.
So what yellowjackets will ultimately do is attack any potential aggressor to their home. Follow and sting, follow and sting. Oh. Now we're gonna place my naked hand inside of the box to determine, are they still angry at me? Am I gonna get stung? I have a feeling that this is gonna be pretty extreme. Well, we have made it to the 3rd part of today's experiment. Here's what we've learned so far. Number 1, yellowjackets can definitely sting through a bee suit because I took close to 20 hits. We also learned that once you disturb an angry yellowjacket nest, it will follow you for at least 150 yards. Now the 3rd part, definitely the most entertaining part, is going to be the Angry Yellowjacket box. We have around 100 of these stinging insects inside of this contraption. What I'm going to do is remove the trap door, and my naked arm is going to go inside of the box. The real question is, after 15 minutes of being taken from their nest, are they still angry? Are they still gonna sting? Or are they just gonna crawl around on me? I have a feeling this is probably going to be a little painful. So here we go. I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the Angry Yellowjacket box. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Ow, ow, ow! Definitely just getting stung immediately. Ah! 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 Yep, a lot of stings really quickly. All right, guys, I'm not gonna be able to keep my hand in here very long. Oh! Okay, my hand's gotta come out. Hand's gotta come out. You guys are gonna have to run because these things are gonna be
Wait,
swarming
here,
everywhere.
let's put the door back in.
Okay, the
Here,
door. Help,
you got it? Here.
Okay, this was a bad idea. Bad idea. Put the door in. Oh, right there. There. No, it's not in the slot. Right there. Okay, put in. Oh, man. Okay, abandoned ship. Ow! Ah! 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 You know what they say? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Oh yeah, they're still really, really angry. Oh my gosh, I took a lot of stings. Ah!
Woo! Man, box worked. Got stung. Let me just try to come up here a little bit. All right, I'm gonna run down and capture him. I think his hand was in there for maybe what, 10 seconds, if that?
Oh my gosh. Holy cow, my arm is on fire right now. I'm getting like an instantaneous headache too. Okay, so the second my pointer finger entered into there, they started swarming up the sleeve and stinging me again and again and again. And so that a gazillion of them didn't get out and all over the crew. I had to keep my arm in there while we tried to slide the back side of the box in. I was just panicked. I didn't know what to do. That was super intense and very, very painful very quickly. There's a lot of stings really, really quickly. I mean, a lot of stings. Oh my gosh. Oh, don't.
I'm gonna just, it's
I thought you were gonna squeeze it into my hand.
No, let me just put this little guy on there. He no hard feelings.
Ugh.
No hard feelings.
Ugh. Oh my gosh, my hand is throbbing. All right, hold on, I gotta get, he probably knows there's pheromones on me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, it is really, really, really bad. It is really, really bad.
You have stink kill?
Yeah, I do have stink kill.
You want some water?
I just need to breathe for a second, man. It's freaking really, really, really painful. Like, insanely painful. Like, it's like escalating to, like, we're getting into like giant hornet territory here. Oh my God. Dude, look how fat my fingers and hand are getting.
Turn it around, inspect it.
Okay.
Let me see the ones on the top of your wrist. But stay still.
I'm trying, dude. This is such a bad idea. I don't know what I was thinking. This is a terrible idea. Oh, we should have stopped at the bee suit. This is absolute agony. This is insane. Like, we are approaching giant hornet pain territory with this amount of venom being pumped into my arm. Like, I'm like losing my mind right now. Oh!
Blame it on the algorithm.
Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? There's an old saying that my boss used to tell me. Number one, if you're gonna be stupid, you gotta be tough. And number two, never put your hand in a box full of angry hornets. Or in this case, yellow jackets.
So here's when I knew things were going completely wrong. The second I pulled open the gate and the yellow jackets immediately went after my hand and started stinging and biting my fingers. I couldn't even get my hand all the way into the box before I needed to pretty much tap out. I was like, I gotta stop. At one point, I just almost like whited out and I was like, this is too much. What's happening to me? So do I think yellow jackets are out to get people? No, absolutely not. And the reason yellow jackets and hornets are this aggressive this time of the year is because they're no longer feeding their young and they're getting to the end of their life cycle. They're grumpy, and if you disturb their nest like you saw happen here today with me, you're going to pay the wrath. I cannot explain to you in words how painful the swelling and the throbbing in my arm is right now, but it is intense. So whatever you do, if you stumble across one of these nests and disturb it, run. Get yourself as far away as you possibly can, and hopefully you will withstand the stings. If you feel that your body is having a negative allergic reaction, seek medical attention as quickly as you possibly can. And please, 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 as we always stress on Brave Wilderness, do not repeat the things that you see me doing here on the channel. This was ridiculously foolish. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. I need ice cream. That was without question one of the worst night's sleep I have ever had. The pain and now the itching that came with the Angry YellowJacket box is just unbearable. I'd managed to doze off for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I wake up in agony, and around 2 a.m. the itching started, and I didn't even know how to itch it. I try to just do it really lightly because it hurts when I do itch it. My hand is absolutely enormous. You can see how swollen and puffy it is. Ugh, Angry YellowJacket box. Stupidest idea I've ever come up with.